What's the atmosphere like in practice, and what are you guys looking forward to about this coming Friday?
This week's a lot different. I feel like everyone out here is being a lot more serious, taking everything, they know it can be the last week they'll ever practice. So, everyone's locked in, everyone's zoned in, everyone wants to perform well, obviously, on Friday. This is going to be a big game. So, everyone's just preparing like it's the last game they'll ever play.
What can you take away from the first time you played Carroll in week 2? It was obviously a one-point game, very close game. What do you remember about that? What can you use to your advantage that you now know about Carroll here this time
around? Playing as a team for the second time is always, I think it's always a good thing because you learn how they act, you learn whatever you learn about that team. So when you play them again, you know what you need to improve on and what their weaknesses are. So I think just as a team, we're all working on things that we remember from that first game. Like, oh yeah, they did like their quarterback likes to run, so we got to work on that. So just being able to play them once before really helps.
What is the coaching staff really harping on in practice this week? What are they really trying to emphasize as you get ready for Carroll this time?
You know what? I couldn't answer that question. I could answer within my own position group, but as a whole, beats me.
So tell me about the position group. What are you guys trying to get done at the receiver position and in the offense as a whole?
Well, as a receiver, the same things, but it's always, look the ball in. It's going to be cold. It's getting late in the season, so, you got to make sure you get every catch. All the yards matter because one catch could be the difference between, a touchdown and turnover, So really for receivers, it's you got to catch the ball. You got to get yards. You got to just pay attention the whole time because every catch can be important.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to about this coming Friday night?
I'm looking forward to winning, really. I'm looking forward to just celebrating after the game, feeling good. It always feels really good to win an important game, especially when if you lose, you go home. If you win, you get to move on. That always feels good to get a win.
This team as a whole looking forward to about playing Carroll for a second time this year?
We're just looking forward to see how much we got better. Obviously, first game it was a 1-point game. We went off a field goal. That's not what our capability is. So we just want to see how much we progressed over like game 2 now. And it's always a great measure, especially versus a good team like Carroll.
What is the coaching staff and the entire coaching staff as a whole? What are they really focusing on this week? What are you guys really working on in practice to get ready for Friday?
Pretty much just like the details, attention to details, because we feel like these games that we lost, especially the home state game and the Dillon game, obviously we didn't have great details, we didn't pay attention to details, didn't execute the small things. So that reasons being we lost. So obviously it's the playoffs and it's win or go home. So we have to focus on every detail so we can advance.
You're an offensive guy. What do you guys need to do well as an offense this coming week, and what does Carroll do well defensively that concerns you and that you have to play well against?
Obviously, they have great corners. Vollmer, they're secondary at that. Vollmer, Tucker Steele, Caden, Dynan, all those kids, they're really good. So that'll be a great test, especially for our receivers to, see what we're going to. Because if we advance, we got to play indie teams. They're bigger, better, so we just got to do that. And the offensive line especially, the defensive line is pretty solid. So, Randy, DJ, all those guys. Protecting John so we can get the ball out and protecting Lenny and Cam. So, it's going to be a great test.
How much are you guys looking forward to this game? Because I know, like you've mentioned, it was a 1-point game last time. I know you guys think the gap is bigger than that. So how much are you looking forward to maybe proving that or getting a second chance at a team that played you really close the first time around?
We're really excited, especially because it's 38 of our seniors. We're all brothers. We don't want to end this. So, it's just a great, atmosphere, especially knowing that this could be our last game. Well, obviously, we don't want it to be, but it should be our last game. So we're just going out, balls out, everything, just trying to get this right, trying to get the state championship.
Well, I think offensively, everything begins up front. We got to be able to block their guys. They're good. They're physical up front. Their linebackers are very active, very aggressive. And we gotta be able to block their guys. We got to be able to identify their fronts and put hats on hats and block them. And then on the other side of the ball, it really begins with the front as well. We got to be able to be gap sound. We got to be able to defeat blocks, and we got to be able to get pass rush. On a very talented quarterback. So those two items, although it be fundamental, are very key to the game and hard to do.
Obviously, it's playoffs, so it's win or go home. It's an a rivalry game between two programs that know each other very well. But given the fact that it's a 1-point game in week 2, does that even give this game like a little more juice? Because I imagine your guys want to go out and prove that the gap is bigger, I guess, than you.
I don't think there's anything that we want to prove. I think is, in your first statement where you said you don't play well, you don't win, you don't play anymore. That's motivation enough, and we don't really get into any of that other stuff other than if we want to play together another week, we got to play extremely well on Friday night.
Well, what do you really learn from the last time that you played these Carroll Chargers that you can tangibly use to not only prepare but know that you have to execute correctly on Friday night?
Well, you know what weapons that they have. You line up against them, you play against them, you know the talent level, you know the speed, you know the physicalness. So you get a very good first-hand experience of that, and I think that helps in planning. I think, both teams know each other now very well and know what the strengths are, know what the weaknesses are, but I think that also puts more of a premium on when teams know that, that your ability to just execute fundamental things is on display, and really the balance of the game is hinging on that ability to execute against somebody that kind of knows what you're going to do.
Final question, what do you, as a coach and as a team, what are you most looking forward to about Friday's matchup? Because it's a primetime matchup to start off the postseason. You're not easing into anything as far as playoffs go.
Well, I think in 6A there aren't anything other than primetime matchups. There are no slouches. And so what am I looking forward to? I think as a staff, we're just looking forward to watching our guys play again, being together a week. This is a great group of guys that we enjoy being around, and to be able to play and experience another Friday night big-time setting is something that, we're very appreciative and grateful of.